All right. Hello, friends. We're going to do a get ready with me. I'm going to make it kind of quick just because I'm not really in the mood to do anything like super duper crazy. So I'm going to keep it kind of simple today, but I have an interview. So for those of you guys who do not know, I worked at a rehab and I loved my job. And I'm just going to keep it really real here because I'm under no obligation to not share the truth and what happened. But I was working for a rehab. And a lot of times, if a previous patient would reach out to our admissions office and say, hey, I want to come back, a lot of times they would say, I want to talk to so and so, especially me and JP. I don't know if other people who worked at this rehab got those messages a lot, but me and JP got them constantly. And so, not this past Saturday night, but the Saturday night before, I got a message on our Teams chat, which is what our company used. And it said, hey, so-and-so wants to come back to treatment and they're wanting to talk to you first. So I didn't see it originally. Well, eventually I was on Facebook and a message pops up and it's from this person. And they were like, hey, I talked to admissions today and told them that I wanted to come back, but I wanted to talk to you first. And I was like, oh shit, sorry, didn't see it. You know, it's my day off, whatever. So she and I start talking and she decides to come back to treatment. Now, I called my boss and told him, like, hey, I'm just letting you know, like, forewarning you, so-and-so's coming back to treatment and she's pretty messed up. So just be prepared, you know, it may be an intense intake process. I don't know how easy or how this is going to go for you, just letting you know, because I was off. And he was like, okay, thank you for the heads up. Fast forward, I go back to work on Tuesday. On Monday, I find out that corporate had come in and fired our executive director, the person who ran our facility, right? Okay, perf. So when she got fired, I already knew that corporate must be in doing some spring cleaning. And you guys know someone I consider my sister, Tiara. She worked with me there. She still works there. She texted me and she was like, hey, just letting you know, like, home office is here and shit is thick. Like, they're making all kinds of changes, like, all kinds of stuff is happening, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, cool. So I already knew that, like, we're going into, like, a crazy situation probably. I get to work. They give me my new work shirt. And I go and sit with the patients on the smoke patio because whenever we clock in for work, that's like our first task, is like to get them through their first smoke break before they go to their last 3 o'clock class. So we're smoking or whatever, and then my phone vibrates, and I look, and it's my boss. And he's like, hey, I need you to come to my office. But I already knew because he always calls me when he needs to talk to me in his office. And when he texted me and was like, hey, I need to see you in my office, I was like, shit, like, this don't seem right. So I went ahead and texted JP right then, and I said, hey, like, I'm being called to the boss's office. And he didn't see my text in time. Like, by the time I walked around the building and went to my boss's office, he hadn't seen it. And so I go in the office. It's my boss, the HR manager, like the business office manager. They're standing in my boss's office. He has a paper in his hand, so I already knew what was up. I already knew what time it was. They had a whole stack of them. I don't know when they were planning on doing everyone else's. I don't know how many people are still there or not. Nobody's reached out to us aside from Tiara. But they had a whole stack of termination papers that were like already filled out. So they like rummage through them, get mine out, and tell me I've been terminated because I helped a patient get back into treatment. And I'm sorry if that's the reason that I was fired. I'm completely okay with it. There will never be a time in my life where someone reaches out for help and wants to go back to treatment and I just ignore them. Like, their ultimatum to come back to treatment was to be able to talk to me. And then that caused a domino effect. After I was fired, there were several patients who left treatment. Like, it was just this whole mess, and I was so confused. Like, whatever, if you guys are wanting to start fresh and you want to start your, a whole new team or whatever, that's fine. Do what you want to do. But don't fire someone for helping save someone else's life. Like, that's when I don't agree with your company anymore. That's when I don't agree with the way you do things anymore. And honestly, it's better to know now before I work years and years and years with that company. It's better that I know now that they would fire someone for literally helping save someone's life than working for them for decades and then that happening. And I've dedicated all of this time and energy to. Because let me tell you, being a counselor at a drug and alcohol rehab is very stressful. It is, especially when you are in recovery, because every day you are reminded of drug addiction, drug abuse, and it is impossible to not take their shit home. Like, if you have a conversation with someone and, you're trying to help them figure out how they can keep their kids, or whatever the case, they're going to court, they may be going to jail for a really long time. Like, it's impossible to not bring that shit home. I tried and couldn't do it. Like, you just get attached to these people and grow connections with these people. And I'm sorry, but when someone messages me on Facebook and is begging to talk to me before they go back to treatment, I'm going to talk to them. I'm sorry. Like, I'm not going to ignore that person. And then what? If something happens and because I don't respond to them, they overdose or some shit, I would never be able to forgive myself. And so, I don't know. It just seems very counterintuitive that they wouldn't want us to help get them back in treatment. But what became very clear, especially towards the end, was that facility, that business in particular, which I'm not going to say their name, even though I should, they became all about money. It's, opening up all of these facilities as quickly as possible because they want to have one within 100 miles of every major city. So they open up all of these facilities and they don't worry about the ones that they've opened. They just worry about opening up the next one and the next one and the next one and the next one. So there's never, like, no facility is ever truly ready to be open and to have patients. Like, they're just not ran properly because instead of having them all function appropriately, it's just a fucking mess. Like, for example, they owed Centus, which, if you don't know what Centus is, they do like rugs and like provide soap and toilet paper and paper towels and stuff for businesses. They owed them $25,000 to the point to where Centus quite literally was threatening to come and take all of the equipment out of the facility. And one of the newer patient engagement specialists, which was my position there, she went on Amazon out of her own money and bought rugs for the entire facility. Like, it's just bass backwards. I don't know how in the hell they weren't able to afford the Centus bill and how they got $25,000 behind. I also heard a rumor, I don't know if this is true or not. I don't know. All of this is alleged, obviously, just protect me legally. But I also heard that they owed the trash company like $12,000, and that's why the trash company quit coming and picking up our garbage. For like 2 weeks, the maintenance guy had to take our trash to the dump, which if you're familiar with like nursing homes or rehabs, there's tons of people, which means there's tons of trash. So that can was literally, big ass dumpster can was filled in like 2 days. So every 2 days, the maintenance guy was having to go to the dump and fill the van, the company van, up with all that fucking garbage and take it to the dump. Just absolutely insane. So when I was fired, JP left. Obviously, he's not going to stay there without me. I really and truly found out who had my back there and who was fake as hell. Only one person in particular there that I would consider to be fake as hell. Like, absolutely fake. Like, scary fake. Like, someone who is, like, they've got to have some type of, like, borderline issue. Like, I don't know. She was fake. Like, scary fake. Like, anyways. So, I just learned a lot about different people there and just, I don't know. That facility was just ran crazy. That was quick.
It's not sunny and hot like you said.
It was sunny and hot.
Cloudy and cool.
Well, it was sunny and hot. I'm sorry.
I just wanted to get her out and ride her, keep her battery going.
All right, well, I'm live.
Okay. What's up, my people?
Why y'all meet me? You love me.
I'm going to let him do a live with me maybe tonight or something so I can introduce him to you all.
Fucking crazy.
Anyways, like I was saying before I was interrupted. I have an interview today, and well, we both do. And I'm excited, but it's definitely just a temporary thing. Sorry, guys. I cannot talk while I do my brows. It's impossible. I also haven't been telling you guys what products I'm using or anything, so I'm sorry. This is just all over the place, but that's okay. Hey, Ashley, thank you. I'm excited. I mean, I know people who work here, and so I'm not really worried about the interview or anything per se. Like at all. I'm honestly really good at interviews. Not to like be whatever, but I am. I took this class in college, and literally the whole class was just teaching you what to say in interviews, what not to say in interviews, like how to answer those questions that they ask you all the time, which is like, explain a time that you were in a really, when a customer cussed you out, how did you handle it, blah, blah, blah. Like they literally teach you like how to answer those questions, like what is the answer that the interviewer is actually looking for. I don't know. It was part of a business marketing major class. I can't remember what it was, the actual name of that class, but I loved it because it taught more than any of the other bullshit classes that they sent us to or made us go to. That class taught us the most. It taught us how to interview. It taught us how to use like actual computer systems, like the actual shit that I've used in my working career, I learned in that class. All that other shit, the science and the math and all of that bullshit, I've not used not a one time. Like, not once. I don't know what the hell the point of that shit is, but I've never not once used it, so Hey, babe, can you do me a favor? Will you bring me my cigarettes in the ashtray? All right, so this is the Huda Beauty Nude Palette. I haven't used this in ages, but I used it the other day, and I remembered how much I really loved it. I'm going to take the shade Secret, which is this shade right here. Right here. And I'm going to take it on this Morphe brush. The numbers have rubbed off of this Morphe brush, but if I remember correctly, I think it's an M477 or 423. I can't remember. Anyways. Shut that door. Yeah. Don't. He's rude.
Well, you kid?
You flip me off.
Yeah, but you kid.
Well, how am I supposed to know that when I ain't looking at you?
That means I love you and I want you.
Hush. This man has no filter. Anyways, I'm putting that shade on my lid, and then I'm going to blend it up to the crease. I honestly don't think that Morphe makes this brush anymore, which is really stupid because it is one of the better brushes that they ever came out with. But that's how they do. They wait for you to get like super into a brush and then they just take it away. Also going to just take that concealer brush and just kind of go over this a little bit. This just kind of helps when... I think it's because this palette is really, like, old. It probably shouldn't even be used anymore, but I'm a rebel. It, like, doesn't blend as good as it used to. So I just take my concealer brush and go over it, and it kind of helps that blend come back into play. Oh, the good thing about Huda in general is all of her products are super pigmented. Like, all of them are. Her foundation's super pigmented, her powder's super pigmented, and her shadows are incredible. They're like butter. They blend like a dream. They are extremely pigmented. Like, this palette is one of her very first palettes. So it's probably like 3 or 4 years old, maybe more. And the pigment is still like here to party. Like, after all this time. So just saying. Then I'm going to take this little Luxie brush. Yeah, the numbers... Well, wait, hold on. I think that says 211. I could be wrong. It's just the tapered blender. I'm going to go into the shade Raw, and I'm going to mix in a little bit of the shade Tease, but just like a drop. So the main shade I want on the brush is Raw, and then like just a dot. Just to kind of build up the lid just a little bit and kind of build up that color just a tad. I don't want it to be too intense. I just want it to kind of, I don't know, be there, babes, you know, just for a little bit of dimension. But how would you all feel about me doing a live with JP tonight? Are you guys ready to meet the man, the myth, the legend? Because you all are in for it, is all I've got to say. Should I do a live boyfriend tag tonight? Would you guys be into a live boyfriend tag? If I did one, what are the vibes? Let me know. Okay, so I'm going to take, this is new. I just got it. I've used it a couple of times. It's in the saddle. It's a ColourPop Super Shock Shadow. These are my favorite. They're super pigmented. They're easy. They just make life 100% easier. I'm just going to pop this right in the center here. Just like that. And you'll see how I'll fix it here in just a second. But it's just something simple, easy. Doesn't take much time. Just like a pop of color. Like, don't have to make it... Jesus. Don't have to make it so difficult and crazy. I've got to get a fucking tripod. This is just out of control. I've been balancing this on a fucking picture frame, and it's just not working anymore. Like, it's driving me fucking crazy. Okay. So now I'm just going to go back into the shade Raw just by itself. And I'm just going to kind of, God damn it. I'm going to go around these edges. Just like that. And I'm also going to put a little bit of glitter just there on the center. Kind of like a spotlight situation. Just to add just a little bit more color. And I'm probably going to use the one from the Tati Volume 1. Speaking of which, did everyone just forgive Tati and move on? Or what is the situation there? Because her video, girl. Alright. Tati Beauty Volume 1 palette. The glitters in these are incredible. You can obviously see which one is my favorite. That's the one I'm going to use today. I'm just going to pop just a little bit in the center of the eye. See, just like a tiny bit. That way when the light hits it, it just like bounces off. Super pretty. These also last all god dang day. You do not need lash glue or glitter glue to hold these glitters in. They literally will last all day and night. They never lose their shine. I love these glitters. Probably one of my most favorite glitters from a palette ever. I love them. They shine so nice. And just looks so pretty. See how that just kind of changes it? And with liner, it'll be a full send. Okay, so now we are ready for the base. Which earlier, it was super warm and sunny outside, and somehow he says that it's cold outside now, and it's gloomy. So I don't know what the fuck. I don't know what happened. But I swear it was gorge outside just a couple of hours ago. Okay, so on my first layer, I'm going to go in with the Huda Faux Filter Stick in Latte. This is like completely gone, but this is just like a little trick that I've showed you guys. Take yourself a little brush and get out the rest of that foundation because it's still the same foundation. Use up every single drop of it. Don't waste that foundation just because you can't get the stick. Like, a stick foundation tube should last you a full ass year, if not longer, if you are getting out all the product, which you should. It's raining here in Banjo Country. It looks like it's about to rain in this Banjo Country. If you guys don't know, I do not live in Halls anymore. I moved, and babes, I'm in the sticks. The like sticks, bitch. Which is kind of nice. It's really quiet. Halls was quiet too. Halls was small too. It was just really conveniently close to like everything. It was like a center point. Like if you wanted to work, for example, in Seymour, or you wanted to work in West Knoxville, like living in North Knoxville was like center to like Sevierville, all of the places. So you really were like Alcoa, like Oak Ridge, like you could work in all those places because they're all really super close. All right, next I'm going to take my L11 Kabuki brush from Laura Lee, Los Angeles. I swear by her brushes. I'm going to take a drop of the Wander Beauty Catch the Light Illuminating Glotion in the shade Celestial. I'm going to take the actual Glotion itself and just put it directly on the Kabuki. This comes out really quick, so you just got to be careful. And then I'm going to take one drop of the Catrice HD Liquid Coverage 24 Hour Foundation. This is in the shade 030 Sand Beige. I just want like a little drop of that, like not even the full pump. And 1 pump of my favorite, the NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. This is my favorite foundation in the world, in the shade Sahel. I'm not sure if I pronounced that right. It's Sahel. I don't know. 2 pumps of that, and it just makes the perfect, like, full coverage, long lasting, flawless, like, foundation mixture. I love it. Love, love, love this combo. I don't think I'll ever be a person who can just wear one foundation. I like to mix. I'm a mixer. I love to mix my foundations. You know what foundation I need to bring back into the routine because it was so expensive? Is my YSL All Hours foundation. I have it right here. It's a really good foundation. It lasts all day. I've hardly used it. The only thing I will say is, I don't know, there's just something about it that it's not my favorite. I love the NARS because it does leave that glow into the skin, plus it's full coverage. It's long lasting, like it's all of the things that I want in a foundation. There's just something about the YSL that I don't necessarily like. I'm not necessarily in love with. But I will still use it. I'll just mix it with other foundations to make it what I want. But you see how that Glotion mixed in with that is just so pretty. You could also use, I also use like the Iconic London little illuminator drops. You could use the Cover FX drops, whatever you want. You could even mix in a little bit of a moisturizer to get a glow like this, though. I would definitely recommend something that has some type of like glowing tint to it. I've also seen a lot of stuff about the Rhode Hailey Bieber's skincare collection, her like face cream. I've seen a lot of people using that in their foundation. I am definitely going to try her collection. I went to go order it, I don't know, maybe 2 months ago. It was around Christmas, and the whole fucking thing was sold out. So, I don't know. Whenever the bitch decides to restock her shit, maybe I'll try it. But, okay. So, next up, I am going to go ahead and conceal. I am going to go in first with the Too Faced Born This Way Concealer in the shade Almond. And I definitely need another one of these. I am finally getting low on it. I've had this concealer for a while. This concealer, because it is such a big container, it lasts so long. But I meant to grab one when I was at Ulta for my nieces, to go get my niece's birthday stuff. But I completely forgot that I needed this concealer and just walked right out without getting it. And it's just getting lower and lower. And if I run out of this concealer, you guys, I will scream. This is the one thing that I will continue to restock in my collection. I won't ever change this. I've also been out of the Lancome concealer for a while. And you guys know that I love, love, love that concealer as well. Okay, and then I'm just going to take a little drop of the CoverGirl. This is the True Blend Undercover Concealer. And this is in the shade L100. It's, I think it's the lightest shade that they have. It's super, super brightening though. And I just put like a little dot in all of the center areas here, just for a little extra brightening. And I'm going to let that dry down. This is my Patrick Ta fan, but I'm going to let it dry down just a little bit. Just let it set a second and kind of seep into the skin there, because yesterday I did not feel good at all, and so my under eye bags this morning were intense. So we definitely need some extra coverage. Do you see how that mixture works together? So good. The main thing that I think a lot of people like mess up with when it comes to concealing under their eyes is they use way too much product. I mean, that was the whole issue with the 2016 makeup era, is that huge ass triangle we used to do is just way too much product for a full coverage concealer. You just do not need that much product. And we were fully like going in with it. We don't need that much, babes. We just don't. I'm just going to continuously go underneath my eyes every so often with the sponge until I set it. Just because you don't want to set a crease in underneath there, because once you set that crease, it's there. It's there all day. It's not going away. Okay, now I'm going to contour. I'm going to use the Chanel Les Beige bronzer. It's my favorite to contour with. It used to only come in one shade, but I hear that it now comes in a couple of other shades. But it's just the perfect contour color. And as I've told you guys 1,000 times, if you want like the actual like luxury experience, it's the same price for the contour if you order it from Chanel's website. And it comes in like a pretty Chanel box with a pretty Chanel bow and flower and all the things. So I always order it from Chanel. Always, always. Contour all around town, my friend, all around town. My hair is not staying out of the way it's supposed to today at all. Just contouring under the chin here a little bit. I do need to spray tan again. I exfoliated last night or yesterday, and we're definitely in need. Okay, we're gonna have to fix this because that's just not gonna work. That hair keeps falling down and driving me batshit crazy. Okay, so once I kind of have the basic look here, I'm gonna keep my bronzer open. I'm gonna keep that brush right there, and I'm gonna go ahead and go over these edges just one more time. Definitely in under the eye, around the brows, because I have a really small forehead, so I kind of have to go back and forth between bronzer and concealer. Because if I don't, I will completely, like, my forehead will just disappear. I have a really small forehead. So just like that, just kind of going back and forth until we get the perfect little blend there. And now I'm going to go in with blush. And I'm obsessed with this blush. This is the Kylie blush in the shade Pink Me Up. I love, 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 love this shade. It is so pretty. And I'm just going to go in with this Tom Ford brush here. It doesn't have a number or anything. I bought it in a kit years ago, and I love it. It's perfect for powder or liquid products. It just blends everything in just like a goddamn dream, and that is what all I'm asking for from a brush. So pretty. Look at that blush. So incredibly pretty. I think I hear rain. I could be wrong, but I think I hear rain. A little bit on the nose, and I've been doing this first before I did my nose contour, and I've really been liking the way that it's turned out here lately. I really, really like it. So then I'm going to go in with that Chanel again and just do some nose contour here. I don't know. I've just been doing it after my blush the past couple of days, and I really like the way that it looks. I don't know. Call me crazy, but I think it looks great. And then we're going to set with the Fenty Beauty. This is the Pro Filter Instant Retouch Setting Powder in the shade 02 Butter. And I'm just going to go in one more time with my sponge and press everything in. And then this hair. This hair, you guys. Okay, then we're going to go in with our Dragon Beauty. We are Dangerously Low Forever Setting Mist. And drench that face. And press it. Ooh, there we went again. See, I've got to get a tripod. It's got to happen. Like, this is just not going to work out for me at all. The picture frame method is not working. All right, just press underneath these eyes one more time. And then I'm going to take the Fenty powder. Do that little dangerous shake. And set this ish. And I do still bake. I probably will always bake. I don't know. I stopped for a while and I can just see a huge difference in the way that my makeup looks when I don't bake. Then I'm probably going to bake for the rest of time. I just don't bake as long as I used to, and I more so go in and press that into the skin instead of going in with that sweeping motion when it comes to under my eyes. I just really like to press it into the skin. And then I'm going to leave this setting a little bit more around the nose here. Around the jawline, I'm going to let that set for a bit. And we're going to go ahead and go in first with the Charlotte Tilbury bronzer in the shade Medium. And I'm going to use the Morphe M143 brush. And just to set that contour. Let's go all around Funky Town here. Probably going to do the same thing on the lower lash line that I've been doing the past couple of days, which is just taking a black pencil and smudging it. Okay. Let's set that nose contour. This is a Sonia Kashuk brush, and I love it. It's like the perfect size for nose contour. And I love it. Okay, and then I'm just going to bronze up a little bit. I'm going to take this Juvia's Place palette, bronzer palette. And it's in the shade Tan. And I'm going to take the lighter shade up top here. And I'm just going to warm up the cheeks just a little bit. Nothing too crazy. Just a tad. And then go ahead and sweep that powder away with that same brush. Okay. I'm going to take the Dragon Beauty face palette. And I'm going to take the pink shade with my damp sponge. And just press that right up and underneath the eyes just for a little bit of brightening. And now we are ready for the blush. And I am going to use the Milani, the Blossom Time Rose Blush. So pretty. I love it. Just got a really pretty glow to it. And a little bit more on the nose. Okay. Now highlight. Let's take the Laura Geller. This is called the Baked Gelato Swirl in the shade Gilded Honey. So pretty. Really pretty. And then I'm going to take the J-Cat U Glow Girl Baked Highlight and Crystal Sand and a pencil brush. And I'm going to put this on the inner corner. And then I'm going to put just a little bit on the tip of the nose just for a little extra oomph, a little extra brightening. Okay. Lower lash line. I'm going to take this Ulta Beauty black liner. And go to town. I'm completely out of frame. Alright. And then I'm going to take my little smudger brush. This one is also by Tom Ford. And I'm just going to start to smudge that out a little bit. Okay, and then I'm just going to take that shade Raw. This shade right here we used on the eyes. I'm just going to take a little bit of that and blend it right below. That liner, just for a little bit of dimension. And that will also help your liner and prevent it from smudging or creasing or moving at all, really. Okay. Let's take our blush brush and just kind of go back over this and blend a little bit here. All right. Mascara. I'm going to curl, curl, curl first, as Meredith Duxbury would say. All right, and then all we have is lashes and lips, and we are done. And this has taken me 45 minutes. So that is about perfect. This is the Lancome Grandiose Mascara. It is my favorite. I love the wand. It pretty much makes it impossible for it to get on your nose or transfer or whatever. And then for the lower lash line, you guys know that I'm going to use the Essence, the false lashes. This stuff is intense. It will make your lower lashes literally look fake. But I just kind of go in with a really easy hand. Unless you are wanting your lower lashes to look super intense, then go for it, babes. But I just go super easy. Do you see the difference there? Like, intense. Intense. And you know that I'm not pulling a Michaela, you know, with the false lashes, because this is live. So, nobody's getting paid over here, babe. Promise. Okay. And I also had the intentions of curling my hair, but I don't think we're going to do that because it's literally going to rain. 1,000%. Hey, babe. Can you grab my lashes off the bathroom sink? I don't want to cut a new pair. I could cut a new pair, but I don't want to. All right. Kylie lip liner in the shade Handbag Hoe. Thank you. Okay. I'm super shaky today for some reason. I do not know why. Probably because I have an interview. Okay. There's the liners. I love her new formula, by the way. It's super creamy. All right, let's go ahead and put some lash glue on these lashes. Okay, so lipstick, I'm going to use, grabbed it the first time, MAC Smith. An oldie, but most certainly a goodie. And then before I even blend it, don't even blend it yet, I'm going to take some concealer. This is the Catrice Liquid Camo. And I'm going to blend with my finger. That's my favorite way to blend it. Just with my finger. Okay. And then I'm just going to take my lip brush, if I can find it here. Blend that out. And then we're going to take our Gloss Strip by Kylie Cosmetics. And this is in the shade Match My Energy. It's just clear. Make sure to wipe that tip off. All right, and we're ready to put some lashes on. There's a piece of fuzz in it. And these are my trusty Amazon lashes. These are right here if you want to take a screenshot. I love them. Oh, and by the way, remember when I said that I guarantee when you go to grab those Kylie lashes out of that box, they're going to rip? They sure did. They sure did. Yeah. So, just saying, if you were going to say, hey, with a $40 purchase, you get a free pair of lashes, or you're going to try to sell your lashes for $16, $20 a pair, and they rip when they come out of the box, these, $8. $8 for how many pairs? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 pairs of lashes for $8 on Amazon. They're beautiful. They look just like the Miami by Lily Lash. That's why I wear them. They are dupes, and one pair of Lily Lash Miamis are $35. Exactly. Like, I just hate that when brands are like, oh, you get a free pair of lashes with a $40 purchase. So obviously I spent $40 to get the free pair of lashes, and they look thicker than this online. Like, these, very disappointed. Very, very, very disappointed, Kylie. Okay. Oopsie. I got lash glue on my lower lash line. I do that all of the time. Damn it. I think the only way we're going to be able to fix it is with the brush. So that it doesn't crinkle up the rest of what's going on here. All right, you guys, there it is. There's today's makeup look. Thank you all for hanging out with me. Do I have lipstick on my teeth? Nope. Okay. Thank you all for hanging out with me. I'm going to go do my hair. Wish me luck. We have an interview today. And yeah, I will try to talk him into doing a boyfriend tag live with you guys tonight, so you all can find out the tea about my new boyfriend. Yeah, if you guys really want that, let me know in the comments, or like this video, or do YouTube things, right? Let me know, and we'll go live this evening, and I will introduce you guys to the man, the myth, the legend. Okay? Hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!